Hi, it's Jane, and I have a few things to show you today. First off, I am going to show you what I have been working on. And I have been working on the Tunisian crochet stitches. We are doing a couple of new stitches. Tomorrow we will be doing what is called it's right here. Doesn't really show up well in this. It's called the griddle stitch. Sometimes it's called the crinkle stitch. And then we're also going to do what is called the pinstripe stitch. Let me get the purple one out so you can see that one. That one might show up a little bit better. And I did mark it off with some stitch markers as well. So there is what is called the griddle stitch. There's a little bit of a crinkle stitch. It's real easy. And then we get into the pinstripes. Pinstripes can be done with two colors, but we're not going to do two colors. We can do that later on. That'll be as we get further along into this Tunisian Tuesday. All right. Now, I had told you that our prayer shawl ministry, let me turn this over a little bit. Our prayer shawl ministry was doing a project with a kindergarten class that kind of blossomed into several kindergarten classes. So I took 6 of the items to make, and I'm going to show you the pictures that the kids drew. And here's that first hat. And this is the hat that I made for it. So, I don't know why I have this up so close. Let me switch this out. Don't get dizzy. Hope that doesn't dizzy you up too much. But anyway, that is the hat that I did make for this one. It was a lot of fun. Although the kitty cats tried to help quite often. Had to shoo them away quite a bit because they thought they had to get in on the fun. I mean, you know, come on. It's fun to watch while the strings are moving and to play with them. And yeah, you're going to hear the crinkle because we are putting them in plastic gallon bags so that it'll keep them straight for the kids and the teacher as well. Here is the second hat that I had. And this is what I came up with. This is purple. It is a dark purple. I did not have a lighter purple. I almost wish I had a lighter purple. I think it would have looked better, but you know, it is what it is. This is fuchsia down here on the bottom. Red on top, purple, pink, and then fuchsia. And then she wanted a turquoise beanie, pom-pom. So, yeah, this has been a fun project, and I am looking forward to picking up a few more hats next month to make. It's a great way to use up that stash. Great way to burn down the, what we're calling the scorched earth. Here is the next hat. And this is the hat that was made with it. Like I said, this is a lot of fun. I really didn't think that it would be that much fun to do, but it is fun. The hat that we are using is from Mindful Knots, and I'll try to remember to put a link to the hat. It's a very easy hat. I mean, I think the second hat in, I'd already memorized it. And, excuse me. I have a cat who's walking around with next week's Tunisian project in her mouth. It's so much fun. Get 2 kittens, they said. It'll be fun. She's constantly taking things like that, thinking they're her own. Here is the next hat that was made. And there it is, in all its little glory. So yeah, like I said, this has been fun doing these projects, putting them together, trying to match yarns. Like I said, I need to get a lighter purple, so I do have to go and get some more yarn for a project, because for this Tunisian shawl or blanket, I'm going to need some more yarn. So I need to go pick some more up. So I will try to remember to get a lighter purple. You know, more like a lavender, soft purple. Here is the next hat. I don't know if you can tell or not. That is green and black. And there is the hat. Green and black. So yeah, it's quite a bit of fun. I'm not a real big fan of making pom-poms. I did put the button, oh Lord, she's tangled up, folks. Completely tangled in this yarn. I don't really like doing pom-poms. I did put the buttons on top of the hat so that they're tied onto through the buttons. There's the next hat. It is pink and blue with a black brim. And there is the hat. These all turned out absolutely adorable. And I'm, like I said, having a blast doing it. So it's been a lot of fun. I had posted on my Facebook this morning a picture of a shawl that I had done. I'll try to remember to put that up here as well. And the link is pretty easy to do. You just have to manage it. So yeah, hang on a second. Sorry, I had to go rescue the cat. She was completely entwined in the yarn and couldn't move, so had to get her unstuck from herself. Let me get a drink here. The cats did get fixed. They're doing fine. The only thing is I was not happy with the way the vet tipped their ears. I did go ahead and have them tip the ears so that way if they did get out, people would know that they had been spayed and neutered. But he butchered their ears, folks. He butchered their ears. And I was very upset by it. Basically was told not to let them play. Release them, out in the wild because TNR. Of course, we know that that's not what I'm going to do because I've adopted them. And quite frankly, I don't think Izzy would survive. Ronan, I think, would survive out in the wild. He is still pretty skittish about letting you pick him up. Izzy, she's a love bug. There's no way she'd survive out in the wild. But here's the other thing. If you take them back, like I said in my What Whip, if you take them back to the colony, the people in that neighborhood are poisoning the cats. What is the point of doing TNR if you're going to take them back to an area where they are poisoned? I can understand taking those animals back if they cannot be rehabbed to a home. This is a state federal program that they do this with. So yeah, I'm a little put out by that because it is rather annoying, the way that they consider doing those things. But anyway, I'm going to put that shawl up that I had talked to put up on my Facebook page. It is a 3 wedge shawl, and I believe it is found at Creative Corner. I think that's where I got it, but it's basically one that you can do any stitch you want to. It's a basic thing. They do want you to sign up for it, but the pattern is right there on the first page for the shawl that I actually did. I just did a few different things at the bottom of the shawl. You can add lace to the bottom of the shawl. You can do you can do a lot of things. You can change it up with a lot of stitches. You can do it as a granny stitch. You can do it all kinds of ways. So I'll try to remember to put that picture in here, as well as the link down below to that pattern. It's a very simple pattern. It is great for wheelchairs. It is also pretty good just as an all-around wrap because the way it lays on you. You can make it any size, small, large, humongous. So it's very versatile, and I've done it quite a few times. Haven't done it recently, and I thought, maybe I'll pull some yarn from back there and work up another one. So yeah, it's pretty easy. And maybe I'll do later on a tutorial on it on how to change up the stitches, just because it's a lot of fun. I mean, it is a lot of fun to try to figure out stitches that you want to do, those kind of things with it. So that kind of is it in a nutshell. I've continued to work on the summer blush shawl. I didn't work on my painted thingy. This one, like I said, I've reached almost to the point I think it's done. This is basically just to wrap around my shoulders while at church. So it's pretty much done. Probably add another 6 rows maybe today, this afternoon. While I'm catching up on my soap opera. Yeah, I still watch those. Because I'll tell you, it's a good memory for me. My dad used to come home from lunch, and we would sit together at lunch because I lived half a block from the elementary school, so I could come home for lunch. And after lunch, we would watch Days of Our Lives until it was time for me to go back to school. And that is a memory that I shared with my dad for years and years. So I have watched Days of Our Lives since I was probably 5. So I've watched it the entirety that it has been on television. So it's still something that I do watch. I admit it. I'm invested in it. They're my friends. I joke about that because I have a friend who said her mother always was talking about what was going on her soaps. Like it was, her friend that she lived next door. And one day her mother goes, she asked her mother, "Who are you talking about? I don't know these people." And her mother revealed that it was her soap opera. I think it was Another World she watched or something like that. So yeah, I admit that's my guilty vice, okay? So sue me. Some of the other programs that I've been watching is I had watched The Way Home. I find that rather interesting, about time travel. So, kind of like I can't think of the movie that had Demi Moore. Was it Demi Moore in it? With the time traveling? Traveler's Wife or something like that. But anyway, it's very interesting to watch and to see, how it plays out. So those are a couple of my guilty vices as well as the NCIS series, and I'm so glad they're back, even if they don't have Mark Harmon on it. I do enjoy the series. So other than that, I really don't watch TV. Very seldom do I have the television on, which is very different from when Thomas was alive. Thomas insisted on having the TV on all the time. I think he liked that for the background noise. And then, of course, when he got sick, he enjoyed watching Harry Potter 3,900 times a day. So I haven't watched Harry Potter movies since he passed away. Yeah. And of course, he loved the Minions, and I love the Minions. So, yeah, I do watch occasionally if I see them on. But other than that, I don't really watch TV much. How about you guys? Do you watch TV a lot? Um, Generally, I'm busy sewing, crafting, doing this or that, messing with the cats, cleaning. Um, I'm going to insert at the very end the video of, Izzy stuck up in the yarn, wrapped up in that yarn. And you're going to see an area that I have been putting things away that needed to be put away, but there's also a bag where I toss all of the recyclable papers and things that I can take to the recycle. I use a big bag for that and stick them there. And I have it in front of the iRobot. I do have that vacuum, but if I don't put things in front of it, the cats will get on it and turn it on and then totally freak out when it comes on. And I hear cats scattering and things falling because they're busy trying to get away from it. So I put things in front of it. But yeah, there's an area there that I've been just stashing things, stacking them, and I really need to put all those things away. But you'll think it's funny. And then I also will include a picture of Ronan at the very end. He knocked a box down. It is a box that I put out because I received 4 or 5 boxes of fabric from a woman that is going into a nursing home that I'm sorting. So I had the box put down so that I could sort through it. It was emptied, and he decided he was going to sit in it. You can't tell me cats don't like boxes, because every time there's a box, they're in the box. So, of course, if you're a friend of mine on Facebook, I posted the video of the cats in the box from the items that Collins had sent me for Valentine's Day. So, yeah, it's rather interesting, being here with these wild cats. Who knows? You never know what's gonna go on. Okay, are you ready for a little what incarnation? I do have quite a few stories today because I found them interesting. Deer crashes through glass door at Old Navy store in South Carolina. There's video. Visitors to a South Carolina shopping center got a surprise when a deer crashed through the glass front door of an Old Navy store. Witnesses said the deer bolted through the door of Old Navy at Cherrydale Point Plaza in Greenville and became temporarily trapped between the doors and the entryway. I looked to my right and saw this deer was trapped. Eric Lasker told WYFF-TV, "Poor thing, it was all glass with 2 sets of double glass doors leading into the store, so there's glass on all sides, and he or she was doing everything to get out." However, the deer did eventually find its way back out through the broken door. Now, I find this story rather interesting because of how long this cow has been wandering around. Oklahomans dub mysterious loose bovine thunder cow. Residents near an Oklahoma lake have reported numerous encounters with the mysterious creature, a loose cow that has been wandering the area for more than a year. Locals living near Lake Thunderbird in Norman said the bovine, dubbed Thunder Cow by fans on social media, often is seen grazing next to the water during the day, but at night the cow has been known to wander through their neighborhoods. Resident Natalie Bevel had an encounter with Thunder Cow in December. She just sort of popped out of nowhere. It startled us because it's a loose cow and it's pitch black outside. I was like, you know what? I can post that on a neighborhood Facebook page just to kind of put an alert out. And when I did that, that's when I started getting post after post after post in response telling me, oh, hey, that's just Thunder Cow. Bevel said she didn't make any photos or video of the cow, but the bovine visitor left plenty of evidence. Not only were there hoof prints, but she left a nice little cow patty behind. Local resident Jessica Kelly said multiple attempts have been made to capture the cow, but the elusive animal remains free. Residents said they have not been able to determine Thunder Cow's origins, as no one has come forward to claim ownership. This next story is very interesting, and the battery's going to die, so hang on, let me change the battery. Anyway, as I was saying, this next story is very interesting, and this woman posted the video of her finding it on TikTok. Woman finds her own long-lost wallet washed up on the beach. A woman walking with her dogs on a British Columbia beach made a surprising discovery among the trash that washed up with the tide: her own long-lost wallet. Marcy Callowart said she and her dogs were on the beach of a remote island where she and her husband lived near Tofino when she spotted something familiar in the sand. I knew right away, she told Czech News. It stopped me right in my tracks. Callowart, who chronicled her discovery on TikTok, said she dropped the wallet into the water while boarding a boat in June of 2023. Where we live, we don't have a dock, and we have to canoe to our anchor buoy where the boat is, she told Westerly News. I had my wallet in an unzipped pocket of my backpack. I had forgotten to zip it. When I went to hop into the boat from the canoe, I heard a splash that I just assumed was the way the water was splashing and didn't think anything of it. Calvert said she had a diver search for the wallet shortly after it was lost, but they had no luck. She said the wallet, cash cards, and ID are still in remarkably good condition after showing up on the beach. The only damage is that the zipper was corroded, she said. Now there is a link. When you go to the link to TikTok, they will ask you to log in, sign up. Click out of that. Just click the X. You can watch the video. Raccoons. They're awful funny critters, aren't they? Raccoons steal Florida woman's DoorDash tacos. A Florida woman took out her phone and started recording when a trio of masked bandits stole her DoorDash taco order from in front of her door. Katerina Severa said she opened the front door of her West Palm Beach apartment to retrieve her DoorDash order from the Talkin' Tacos, but instead she came face to face with 3 raccoons who were enjoying her late-night meal. My jaw dropped, she said. And she told WOFL TV. Severis took out her phone and recorded video of the scene, which she posted to TikTok. Once they started hissing, I shut the door so fast I was like, they can have the carne asada. It's fine. She said she looked out after the raccoons had left and discovered they'd eaten everything except the tortillas. And there is good news because Talkin' Tacos did help her out. Bag containing $30,000 left behind on a New York train. A pair of workers for the New York's Metropolitan Transportation Authority are being praised for reuniting a traveler with a lost bag containing $30,000 cash. Assistant conductor Christopher Nocido said he found the bag left behind on a Long Island Railroad train to Ronkonkoma. MTA workers soon discovered the bag was full of cash. I was told there was about $30,000 in it. He didn't actually count it, Nocido told WABC TV. Detective Kristen Riker with the MTA police took on the task of trying to find the bag's owner. "I was looking through the bag to see if there was a receipt, a name," she said. "They did leave a planner in the bag, and I saw this person had an appointment to get their car inspected. So I ended up contacting the mechanic and sent the mechanic a picture of the person, asking if he could help me identify who the person was. And that got the ball rolling to get contact to the lost and found and reach out to this person so they can get their bag. The bag and its valuable contents were returned to the owner." A similar case made headlines last year when Juliet Barton lost a bag containing $12,000 while taking LIRR trains from Babylon to Rockville. MTA workers poured through bags in the lost and found and were able to locate her bag with the cash still inside. That is a huge temptation. So good for these MTA workers for not taking that money and running with it. That says a lot. California man receives dozens of Amazon packages he never ordered. Once again, California man received dozens of mysterious Amazon packages at his home over the course of 6 months. John DeForo said the parcel flood began with a single envelope containing 2 machine screws that arrived at his home in Woodside. The package bore his address, but the name on the label was Daniel Williams. "Oh, somebody just made a mistake," he recalled thinking in an interview with San Jose Mercury News. "Maybe there's a new neighbor named Daniel Williams." He found a Daniel Williams living in the nearby town of La Honda, but he told DeFore he didn't know anything about the screws. More packages soon arrived, including solar panel cables, a video game console, a digital picture frame, and a portable foot spa. Fiore said he and his wife eventually stopped opening the packages and simply sent them back. He said the packages went from being a minor annoyance to a major problem when his Amazon Prime credit card was charged $459 for a sofa that showed up at his home. He said his attempts to get a refund were complicated by the fact that the sofa wasn't purchased on his Amazon account. More fraudulent charges followed, totaling about $1,000. DeFore finally received a reply from Amazon saying the issue was being addressed and his bank agreed to reverse the charges. Amazon said it closed the account of the bad actor behind the mysterious packages but did not offer any additional details. Now, his deliveries resemble a brushing scam. Remember, we talked about this before, which involves Amazon sellers sending packages to random addresses so they can artificially inflate their number of positive reviews. So we've had a lot of that happen. Remember the woman of Ontario who received condoms, and she was charged $500, as well as someone in Virginia who received more than 100 packages that she never ordered. So Amazon is good about investigating those things and discover those vendors that are sending the packages to random addresses, and they do it to remove unsold merchandise from their fulfillment centers. However, there is no link to this story. Just be cautious if you receive packages you are not expecting. This next story is cute because the video is absolutely adorable. Curious fox steals animal rescuer's phone. Takes selfie video. A RSPCA officer in Britain set up his phone to film an animal rescue, but a curious fox snatched the device and ran away with it while it was still recording. Animal rescue officer Ben Fitzcosta said he responded to a wooded area in Bagshot on a report of a fox with an injured leg. Fitzcosta located what he believed to be the injured fox and set up his phone to record video of the capture. There were actually 2 foxes in the woodland. Someone called the RSPCA to report that one of them was injured. He said, I set up my phone to film and I was preparing to catch the fox with food and a grasper. He ran up, sniffed the phone, and ran off with it. The video shows the fox setting the phone down near a nearby bush and giving it a sniff, managing to take a selfie video in the process. Fitz Costa catches up to the animal and manages to get his phone back, saying, I can't believe that just happened. It did make my day, to be honest. The video is very funny. I'm glad I got my phone back. I had to jog to catch up with him, as I knew he'd dump it in the bush somewhere. The rescuer said he was unable to locate the second fox. I did find the injured fox and managed to rescue her. She is now being treated at Harper Asprey Wildlife Rescue as she has an inflamed leg from an old injury. Hopefully, she will make a full recovery. Police find reported large knife held by man was a Harry Potter wand. Armed police stormed a hotel in England on report of a man armed with a large knife, but left after discovering the reported weapon was a Harry Potter wand. Blabby, I think that's how you pronounce it, police said in a Facebook post that a number of firearms officers responded to a hotel in Enderby, Leicester, on a report of a man holding a large knife near the elevators. The officers located the man and quickly established that it was a Harry Potter fan with a wand. Thankfully, no harm was caused to any resident, and there was no sign of Voldemort, the post said. There are links to most of these stories. All right, that is it for that portion. Let me get the devotion. Our devotional comes from Promises from God's Heart. Promises from God's heart for eternal life. For God loved the world in this way, he gave his one and only Son, so that everyone who believes in him will not perish, but have eternal life. John 3:16. But he was pierced for our transgressions. He was crushed for our iniquities. The punishment that brought us peace was on him, and by his wounds we are healed. Isaiah 53:5. I tell you the truth. Whoever hears what I say and believes in the one who sent me has eternal life. That person will not be judged guilty, but has already left death and entered life. John 5:24. For we know that if our temporary earthly dwelling is destroyed, we have a building from God, an eternal dwelling in the heavens, not made with hands. 1 Corinthians 5:1. Because you will not abandon me to the realm of the dead, nor will you let your faithful one see decay. You make known to me the path of life. You will fill me with joy in your presence, with eternal pleasures at your right hand. Psalm 16:10-11. How great are his miracles! How mighty his wonders! His kingdom is an eternal kingdom, and his dominion is from generation to generation. Daniel 4:3. Yet God has made everything beautiful for its own time. He has planted eternity in the human heart, but even so, people cannot see the whole scope of God's work from beginning to end. Ecclesiastes 3:11. And this is the testimony. God has given us eternal life, and this life is in his Son. The one who has the Son has life. 1 John 5:11-12. And that is it for today's video. For those of you who have been subscribers, staying with me all this time through thick and thin, I thank you. I am grateful for you and grateful for the comments. For those of you who are new or may have stumbled upon this video, I hope that you would consider subscribing. As always, remember to like, share, leave a comment. Leave a comment if you think you would like me to show you how to do that 3 wedge with different stitches, 3 wedge shawl. Maybe we'll do that pretty soon. I don't know. You know, I don't have enough things to do in life. All right, guys, that is it for today. Remember to be kind to one another, love one another, and as always, be a little kinder to yourself. I'll see you again soon. Bye. Izzy, what are you going to do now? Now that you're all tangled up?